Otto and Bismarck was born in the year 1815 into a wealthy family estate that was situated west of Berlin in the Prussian province of Saxony, which is right about here. He was a typical Prussian drunkard and very well educated. He became fluent in English, French, Italian, and Polish and Russian at a very young age. From 1832 to 1833, he studied law at the University of Göttingen and became a lawyer for a brief period of time. Afterwards, he went to the military before returning home to run the family estates after his mother's death. Afterwards, he was chosen to represent Prussia in the Frankfurt Parliament, which was a meeting of all the German states trying to work together to form a unified Germany. However, nothing was able to be decided because of the debate over where the capital would be. No single state wanted to give any of the other states more power, and therefore they were not able to unify Germany. This is the start of Bismarck's career striving towards nationalism, which is the belief that a people who share a common language, history, and culture should constitute an independent nation, free of foreign domination.
Standing in the way of German unification was the fact that both Prussia and Austria were determined to lead any future German nation. In 1866, Austria attempted to break a deal they had made with Prussia regarding the rulership of Holstein. Bismarck used this as an opportunity to remove the Austrian competition for leadership of the German nation. This was known as the Brothers' War and was incredibly controversial at the time. Some saw the war as necessary for future German unification. Others were outraged that German states would fight other Germans. Austria was considered more powerful, and almost all the German states, especially in the south, took her side. However, Bismarck had secretly made an alliance with Italy just prior to the war. On top of that, the Prussians used a new tactic they called blitzkrieg to quickly win the war by securing key victories so that the war was over in just 7 weeks. Despite many demands in Prussia, particularly from the nobility and the military, demanding for the annexation of various parts of Austria, Bismarck negotiated a soft peace. Austria was simply banned from interfering in any future German politics and forced to recognize the creation of the North German Confederation, which is all of this, and also recognize that the King of Prussia would be the permanent president of this organization, and Bismarck would be its chancellor. This was done so that Austria would not yearn for revenge and thus wouldn't interfere in the final step to unifying Germany, war with France.
Otto and Bismarck knew that the only way to convince the southern German states to join with Prussia would be to create an atmosphere of a unified Germany. Bismarck believed that the way to do this was to instigate a war with France. There was a dispatch regarding a meeting between the King Wilhelm of Prussia and the French ambassador that Bismarck altered to make it appear that the King of Prussia had insulted the French ambassador. Then he accidentally leaked it out to the French Parliament and press, and the French people were outraged at this, and because of this, they declared war on Prussia. The French believed that they would easily win it just by their numbers alone. However, as Bismarck had planned, all the southern German states allied with Prussia against France, and they easily won within a year. This was the atmosphere that Bismarck had wanted. They were all finally together, and on the 18th of January in 1871, the princes of the German states gathered in Versailles and proclaimed Wilhelm I the German emperor, and they finally had a unified Germany.